welcome to another YouTube video. Hope you guys are having a great week. If you're new to my channel, I'm Pavi Arav. I'm a user experience designer at Amazon. If you're again back to my channel, welcome back. So today we are going to be talking about the third, or is it the fourth? I think it's the third episode in the interview series, which is about how to build your portfolio or how to design your portfolio. And also, before I get started, this is my workstation. This is where I work. It's my work setup. And as you can see, I got myself, actually I didn't get myself, someone got it for my birthday, a new microphone. It's really cool. I have always struggled with audio because, as you know, I don't have a very fancy equipment to record my videos. I do it on my iPad. I know that's so, but anyways, getting into the video, I get so sidetracked easily. But before I get into the video, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, if you want to go follow along with the interview series, and also if you like this video, like and share it. With that being said, let me jump straight into the video. If you haven't seen my first two episodes, which was on finding your design profile and creating your resume, please do that, because that's sort of like the starting of the interview series. But if you already have a resume design profile, I guess you could just go back and check it out and see if you check all the boxes. But a lot of you have asked me on Instagram. I created my Instagram page. Thank you all for following me. I'm really appreciative of that. A lot of you asked me questions on that, and I've tried my best to answer everything. But yeah, getting started. So what do you put in your portfolio? And I have my handy cheat sheet. So what do you put in your portfolio? First of all, I recommend having a website. A lot of them have just PowerPoints or PDFs or something of their portfolio, and they just share it with the resume while applying for jobs. But I really recommend having a website. There are so many really cool, like portfolio creating sites where you don't even have to code and stuff. You just have to put out content on them. I personally use Adobe Portfolio. I think it's worked for me. I have an Adobe Creative Cloud license, so I think it works perfectly. A lot of them use Squarespace, WordPress. I think there's Wix. There's a lot of really cool website creation sites. I really like. I've used Wix before. I've used WordPress. I've used Google Blog. I've used a lot of things, but I think Adobe Portfolio really does the job pretty well, and I really liked it so far, so I've stuck with that. Of course, if you create your own website, which I have also done, it's a lot more cumbersome, but then you can be really flexible as to what to show, how to show it. A lot of them have animations on there, and all that is kind of restrictive if you use portfolio creating site. But if you create it yourself, you can be really creative and just do a lot of things. One of my friend even has his portfolio on a GitHub, which he created himself. So if that is something that you can do, then definitely do it. But I would really say that treat this this portfolio creation as a project of its own, because it's a pretty big deal. A portfolio really makes you stand out and really gets you the interview. So I think I would treat it as a project, and I think I almost dedicated 1 or 2 months just creating my portfolio. So I would definitely do that, and then after you do that, get a lot of feedback. And anyways, let me get started on what to put in the portfolio. So first thing, always have your best projects first. So which one do you think is the most awesome project that you've done, which you really are proud of, which you think has a lot of really good content, which has a lot of really good impact on the customer and the business? Which is that project that you really want to showcase to your hiring managers or your recruiters, a project that you would want to talk about when you get that interview? Put that up first. Just for the sake of having a lot of projects, I wouldn't just put it up there. Definitely quality over quantity for sure, as in with anything else. And I would recommend having projects as case studies, not just not just UI designs or visual designs. That's definitely not something that people are looking for. I would start with an entire case study, the problem statement. What are you trying to solve? What is the goal? What are the challenges you're facing? And also, what is some of the things that you and then what are some explorations that you did, what are the research that you did, and also start off with some user personas and who are your users. That is something really important too. What are their problems, and kind of go through the brainstorming sessions or whiteboarding sessions that I wouldn't put too much about it, but I would still say, maybe write a few lines on it, and also then share your UI designs and visual designs. After all these explorations, people have a good understanding of what your problem is, what are you trying to solve for, what is your project all about. Then you show the UI designs, and you show the prototype, you show the visual designs, and all those really fun stuff that you've done. And I wouldn't show every single screen, I wouldn't show everything that you've done, just the most the common screens, the most high level stuff. And then any testing that you did, that is very important. What impact did this design have, this project have on the business and the customers or the users? What impact did it have? I would put that as well. And also, what testing did you do, how did you test this, what are the success metrics that you looked for? All this is something very important. You should present it as a case, not just as like put up things here and there and expect people to follow. And also, if you have any next steps or if you learned something from this project, I would put that on as well. But I would really recommend not, that is a feedback that I got when I was getting feedback for my portfolio, is not to go overboard with all the information that you show on there. Really keep it minimal but precise. Make sure you cover everything in like 2-3 scrolls of the page. Don't make it too long, because the hiring managers or the recruiters are not gonna have time to read through everything. They just want to kind of get a gist of what's on your portfolio, and if they really like it, they're going to call you for an interview and ask you to talk more about it. But for now, definitely don't put everything, and don't put sketches and that you did on your paper and stuff. Put high fidelity stuff, some low fidelity, but put concrete stuff. And also, in the very beginning, this is a very good tip that I got from one of the fellow designers, is to put up the end result on the very top. So as soon as the recruiter or the hiring manager looks at your project, clicks on the project and opens it, what do they see? Like, what is this project about? Just put this really flashy prototype or GIF or something like that of what the project is, and just the end result. Put it on top, and then go ahead with the problem statement and all that. That really catches their eye, because of course humans are visual people, so they really want to see that, like, what is this all about. So put that up first, and then go ahead with your entire case, or even start with before and after images. That is something I did too. For one of my project, I had before and after image right on top, so they could see the difference, and then I started going into the details. So do that. Show real work versus design exercises. Don't there's a lot of design exercises that you do. You can show that, towards the end of the portfolio, but in the very beginning, have real work that you did, real projects that you did. If you're just new to design, like something that you really worked on, don't show redesigns. Talk about impact and results. That's very, very important. Like I mentioned before, telling what the impact on the user and the business was is very important. Having some success metrics is very important as well. Have less text and context. Don't have too much text. Nobody likes to look at a lot of text. Try to show user flows, try to show the features of the designs, try to put less text and more images. Nobody wants to read through paragraphs and paragraphs of text. They just want to quickly look at it and get a grasp of what's going on. So try to make everything infographic, everything really visual. You should of course have some text, but not paragraphs of text, just like basic information to convey. Don't show too much rough work. Like I mentioned, you can show a few low fidelity, one sketch maybe, but don't show too much of your sketches, whiteboarding, screenshots and all that. It's nice to have that as a groundwork, which you can really share when you get an interview, but don't have too much of that. Like, they're just going to kind of skim through that. You can mention that you did brainstorming, you did whiteboarding exercises, but you don't have to actually have images of them. Make it visual. Very visual for sure. For your portfolio, all the principles of design, matter here as well, not just for your project. All the principles of design, all the guidelines matter for your portfolio as well. Make sure you follow all of them. Really go through portfolio guidelines, portfolio principles, visual design principles, and apply them not just to your projects but also to your portfolio. That is very important. Have plenty of white space, have really structural navigation, have really clear hierarchy, have wayfinders, have good visual elements. Don't make it too colorful, but at the same time have enough color to draw attention. So all those principles matter here as well. Make your text really legible, have good grammar and English, and yeah, I think all that really applies to the portfolio as well. And don't just have dribble shots. If someone clicks on your project, don't just have visual designs and nothing to say about them. Like I said, have use cases. Don't just put up your dribble shots and expect it to attract people. I mean, I understand visual designs are very fun to show, very fun to do, but if you don't explain it in form of a case, why are you doing this, what are you trying to solve, then it's really hard to get interview with for a UX design or a product design role or an interaction design role. If you're applying for visual design, then it's a completely different portfolio. I definitely don't know much about that because I'm a UX designer, but don't just show dribble shots. And finally, I would say have really clear navigation of your projects. You want to make sure that all your projects are clearly findable. As soon as they come on to your portfolio, they know where to go to find your projects, and then they click on it and they should know how to go to the next project, how to go back to home. All that is navigation is very important. Also have some navigation for about me or contact me. You definitely need to have your resume on there on your portfolio. Have some place to contact you, your email ID, your phone number, and all those sorts of things. And if you really are worried about your privacy, like my projects, I have a password and I give that password in the resume, so I think I would definitely recommend. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I've spoken for 17 minutes according to my audio recording. I really need to do a lot of editing in this video, I feel like, but that's pretty much it. Just to summarize, like I always do, make a website, not a PDF. Have solid projects, best projects at first in the beginning. Have projects as case studies, as a UX process. Show real work versus design exercises. Talk about impact and results. Show what to expect in the very beginning. Have less text and don't show too much rough work. Make it visual. Don't just have dribble shots, and have very clear navigation. I think if you follow all this, your portfolio is going to be top notch, and you're definitely gonna get those get those interviews. I think if you type UX design portfolios, top 20 UX designer portfolios case study, so you can go through this. There's so many portfolios. I would click into that. It's by designers who work at Google, Uber, Amazon, Facebook. So I would just click into that and look at that. All I typed is UX design portfolios. You can also type product design portfolios, and Medium has a whole bunch of articles, so I would do that as well. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I hope you guys found this video very useful. Again, if you have any questions, please reach me out at Instagram. While you're there, hit me a follow as well. I share a lot of design stuff, and also a lot of my personal life of a designer type of things. So do hit me up over there, and I'll definitely try to answer you. And if not, you can also email me at paviarav4@gmail.com. And yeah, I think I will see you again next week. Hope you found this video useful, and if you did, please like, share, and subscribe so that you stay tuned for the reminder of the series. And I'll see you again next week. Bye.